don't even know how to put this into words right now. I think we got our work cut out for us today. We got some parts. Some Hornets. Looks like we can try and get a bar on that, I guess. Let me go get my bar and see if it'll roll over at all. Alright, so the oil looks alright. It is right on the mark, which is good. And it's definitely oil. There's no
can't smell any fuel.
No, there's no fuel. There's not water in it because you'd see, well, no, actually the water will be at the bottom, so maybe we'll have to check that drain plug and see. But to be honest with you, I think if it'll roll over, it'll start. So let me get a bigger socket and we'll see if it'll roll over. And don't give me any ideas. It's not for sale.
Oh, you've been working out your upper body, haven't you?
Oh, did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it kind of moved.
Which way does it spin?
I don't know. I have no idea, because these things spin both ways, don't they?
Probably.
Oh, man, you know, it moved. Alright, so if you ask everyone or watch YouTube videos, everyone says acetone, 50-50. Never bought acetone in my life. And ATF.
Not even gonna dust it off, eh?
No. Huh, it's interesting because it definitely is doing something. I mean, it's not like just mixing. So none of that got in there, which is great. It's like angled the wrong way, you know? All right, I don't see any. No, I'm gonna regret that, but. Usually there's about 100 wasps under one of those. Oh.
Oh wow, that'll come right off.
I don't think it's gonna come right off.
Oh. There you go.
Nice. Alright. What's it look like? First and foremost, let's put some stuff down there. Hey, the viewer's been dying to know.
What?
How long has this been sitting here?
Oh boy.
12, 15?
Oh, at least.
So what happened? That big ash tree fell on it, right?
Yeah, it did.
And it bent the hood.
It did.
And that was it, kind of, right?
The last time we used it, I don't even remember. Probably, I bet you
20 years? You know, we used it
What
on
do
the
you
house
remember?
a little bit. You used it to move like big bunks of wood around at the house.
I don't even remember.
You know, when I was little, we would drive it a little bit every now and then.
Well, the deal is, oh, there's a hornet.
Yeah, I don't know where the nest is, though.
Like everything, I was going to start it in the fall. The fall turns into spring. Life happens. You get busy. Next thing you know, you look in the mirror, where the hell did the time go?
I'm taking notes.
How about this trick?
Is that a torque multiplier of sorts?
Oh, see?
Yeah, look at that. So
this was our fan wire. We used to just clamp that to the battery. That would do the electric fan, because apparently on these things, that fan bearing always goes out. So we never fixed it, or something happens. We never were to fix it, we just put like a fan on it. This is a pretty good mobile power setup on the go. Oh yeah.
It's like a glove, eh?
Shoot. Maybe I'll go home early.
Can you hear you?
That's probably good. Oh yeah, all right. Tilt them back.
Dude, it's free.
Yep, all right. Go. We're gonna have to hold the front, I think.
It's hold it back.
All right, let's put the bar on it again and see. Yeah, maybe time. You know, really, we can get a little bit of pipe out, but
It should be moving.
I think something smart to do would be pull the injectors too, because we just don't know.
What? Pull the injectors too?
Well, it's not moving yet. I mean, should we get a pipe out?
Do you have any of that mixture you think on top of the cylinders at all?
It's hard to say because you can't, you know, it's like angled this way, the engine. So are the valves open, number one, and number two?
Would it be much of a chore taking the injectors out?
No, I don't think it's that bad. You know?
But then you think you could get some of that on top
Well,
of the cylinders?
if we take the injector out, then we can dump it right on top.
You
of
can literally pour it straight into
man.
the cylinder.
Yeah, I'm liking that idea.
Wow, look at that.
It's moving, huh? There she goes. That one was good too.
So what gets seized up?
I think so. There's like a little, they call it a rack in there, and that's actually, it's like a rack and pinion, right?
And that gets
See
seized?
that little gear? So that barrel that moves in there will seize up.
You're not doing
Make
very
sure
well.
you actually get some in the hole.
Yeah, you're not doing very well.
I'll have to leave these out.
Much better.
Roll it right over. So, you see that? You see that bubbling? I don't know if the camera
I
can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but there might be some magic with this stuff.
Mm.
Might have to look that one up.
That's bottomed out. Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Oh, so that was stuck.
Oh, the injector
I
was
couldn't
stuck.
push that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh, now the water pump's going.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a lot more out of it now.
Look at that.
Small.
Oh, I saw it sloshing around in there.
Yeah, I think you can.
Your best bet is back and forth like that.
I think so.
You got plenty of that mixture on top of the cylinders? You should, huh?
I think so, but do you have any more? I ran out of ATF. We can make
I got some more.
Cylinders.
Yeah.
Sloshing around in the cylinders, which is not drained out yet.
Load her up.
It's very frustrating that we can't have another point of attack
Well,
on it, you know?
I mean, but there's two things. Do we keep going, trying to reef on it, or do you just keep working it back and forth, you know? This has been sitting. You can give it a couple more. But it's getting pretty late.
That back one just drained right out.
Did it
Yeah,
really?
those ports could be open. It could be down, so the ports could be open.
Yeah, it could be. That's where that's going right now lower.
Bailey. Oh, see that? It's
Oh,
moving.
oh, baby.
Oh.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Did you hear that? Look at that. It's coming out black. Look at that.
Oh. Well, with that nibble won't be a problem. Hopefully it'll sit on.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna power it down for the night. Be back at it bright and early in the morning. I think overnight it'll let us sit. It'll do us some good. So we need a beer, something to eat. Yeah. All right, today might be the day. We've been letting it sit. It's probably 8 a.m. We probably quit at about 8 p.m. last night, you think?
Yeah,
It's probably about 12 hours it's been sitting. We doused it good before we took off. Got our tools laid out here. Let's go see if she rocks over. You know, I'm really glad we took that hood off. We would have been struggling without it.
Really glad there was a Kubota nearby to help us out with
I'm
that.
glad we didn't have to wrestle it off. All right, so as you can see, we covered everything up real nice before we took off last night. You know, what else can I say? So I think we were talking about last night. We actually watched some Detroit Diesel videos, which is kind of funny. I learned a lot about the rack, so I think we know what to do when we get it rolling over starting up. But there's a problem of we might not get it rolling over today, so we're gonna mess with this for a little bit. And if we can't get this, we think we kind of got to get another method on it, whether that's a pipe wrench on a pulley or we take the starter off and we get a bar in there. But ooh, I'm kind of nervous. Let's see if we just get lucky. First we gotta get that massive spider out of there. Come on, buddy, go. Go. All right.
Yesterday we had a geyser.
It's like we lost all of the stuff that we had going yesterday. My only thought is just, is there any way something else is tripping us up, you know?
Yeah.
Is that
What would it be though?
It could be the blower, it could be, you know, one of the cams, it could be...
What else
And
would
you
make
can,
it?
I can hear it trying to go.
What else would bind it so much?
Well,
Like I feel like the cam wouldn't lock up like that.
well, it could be those hydraulic pumps up front. You know, it could be that air compressor, it could be a million things, right?
Yeah, but none of those I feel like would seize.
I don't think so either, because I don't think there's water. We gotta make a handle so we can get rocking on it.
What kind of handle?
I'm wondering if we can... You think there's threads in there?
Threads.
In that pulley? I guess if we were to do one at a time.
Why would it be worse than it was yesterday? It doesn't make any sense.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Nothing.
Are you serious?
We put a bar on it.
Still won't move? Is it moving as much as yesterday? Holy cow. What are your thoughts?
Give up.
No. No way.
Don't let the viewers hear you say that.
I don't know, you know. There's no way it's something else is locking us up like that. But the air compressor, I mean, the blower didn't get any water in it.
The blower did not?
No.
Did you see in that center cylinder, when it was moving yesterday, the stuff that came out was kind of black? And
Yeah,
that's what
even
we're
just,
seeing
even just
today,
then,
too,
yeah.
And that's what you're seeing, so it's got to be that.
I
I don't know, either that one or it could be this back one too.
The back one was draining out, so I guess it's technically not really getting all that much stuff in it.
What does it involve if you got to pull the head off? Is there anything back there that's got to come off? You know, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you got that off. We saw what was going on, and we had to let it sit, you know?
Yeah.
And we could even, I don't know if we'd even want to drop the oil pan. Well, I mean, we could tap on the cylinders, you know, on those down plus with the bar, and you could get some penetrating oil or more of that secret sauce on there. Yeah, you know what? Why don't you guys get a wire and stick it down each hole,
Watch.
huh?
Yeah,
And feel
watch
it,
which one's
so you
moving.
know exactly which one's seized.
Yeah.
I mean, will that do any good? No, but I mean, you might say, well, we only got this one right here as a
At the
culprit.
very least, we know which one's in
Yeah.
which position.
See if you can grab a stick or something.
Let me go get a wire.
Yeah, a
One
coat
of those
hanger. or
white.
something?
Yeah, I got a wire. Let me grab one real quick.
All right.
So
Cylinder number 1.
Oh, wow, I like that.
Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Huh. Let's see. Let's watch the flag.
Oh, cylinder number 2 is right here.
So that's at the top, kind of.
Yeah.
Why? What?
Leave the flag in and then hit it. Let's see if we can shake the flag.
Tough to say. It's moving. This one's at the top too.
You're not feeling anything this morning. So much for that idea, huh?
No, look at that one's going.
Oh, that one is
Yeah.
moving. Yeah.
The middle one was too.
No, you think so?
I can't.
thought
I just
so.
couldn't get it. All right, let's see.
Oh, it is. Oh, nothing.
So that back one might be seized at the bottom, and then that's why it's not going, because you can't get any leverage on it.
Well, and maybe it's not when you pour that mixture on top of
It's
the
just going
cylinder,
out.
it's going right down. It won't
Yeah.
soak.
So it's like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, this is a piston from a 471, but all the 71 series are all the same. So these are our compression rings. You know, we got 4 of them. This is for our cycle. And then we got 2 rings down here, right? So this is because we have our ports, since it's a 2-stroke, right? So when this piston comes down and clears those ports, if you can imagine, there's gonna be a ring of ports in that sleeve, and that's gonna allow that blower to blow air in, up and out the valve. So every time that piston comes down, we clear out that exhaust air, and we have fresh air for our combustion cycle, right? So it comes down, clears it out, fires. Comes down, clears it out, fires. So when the piston is up, and we still have pressure on these ports, so we don't want to blow that pressure into the crankcase. We want to stop that, so we're not just pressurizing our crankcase, right? So that's why they have these rings down here. Pistons 2 and 3, the piston is up. So when we wet that charger, we're actually wetting probably right here
The bottom rings.
on this, and then we'll lube these bottom rings and maybe even the top rings. Wet this whole thing. Piston number 1 is down all the way. So if we're doing anything, we're getting a little bit of, you know, stuff right here, and then the ports are taking everything out. So we could have basically all of this seized up in piston number 1, and that could be why piston number 1's not moving. Not to mention, again, if you just look at like the amount of leverage we have from the crank on piston number 1, we just don't have any really. We can't tap it down. So I think we're gonna pop the starter off and see if we can get a bar on that just to get a little more persuasion on that crank.
Oh.
See that?
Yep.
Got some hot dogs in us. In a little better mood now. I'm gonna rock this a little bit, but we gotta take the head off this thing. Sometimes you watch some Willis starts and they almost seem like they're staged or they're not authentic.
Oh,
or
this is not
something, you know?
staged.
This is not staged.
There's a
If it
lot
was
of
staged, it would have been started about 2 hours and I would have been home having a beer and a steak last night.
Well, the other thing, I thought, God, can't we at least clean up around this machine? But I think you want to leave it like this on purpose, don't you, for when we get it started and drive it out?
I wanted to unearth itself.
I think he won't let me clean it up around here.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what the front looks like.
No, you don't, and you won't unless you start it.
Is it forks on it or the bucket? Can you tell?
Forks.
You can't really see, can you?
No, I can't see at all.
Can't see.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, there it goes.
So we might not be taking that rack. Got one?
I got a 1/4 inch 12-point wrench.
Oh, baby.
It's funny how every single thing that we try to do just ends up leading to another
Problem.
problem.
Well, here's the problem. If we put all this effort in this thing, we gotta find some work for the damn thing. I'm not just... If I was some other YouTuber, I'd say, oh, it's not gonna start, and post the video. I'm not stopping, so I don't know. We better figure
Why
it
don't we
out.
use it for our logging operation?
We might have to.
Well, you want me to try another crack at the story here?
Yeah.
Well, we did some golf course construction, your grandpa, in the early 90s. And he bought about 2 or 3 pieces of equipment, and this was one of them. And it was pretty well used by the time we got it, but we really didn't have to do a lot to it. They built a set of forks for it, and they used it almost every day for a couple years. There was cement out there, big chunks of cement, a lot of trees, a lot of brush we had to move, and like I say, they built a set of forks, and it was very handy. But after a couple years when we were done, we really didn't use it much. Might have had a couple projects here and there, but boy, once we got to about maybe around 2000 or so, I don't even know if we started it after then. We always had intentions, good intentions to use it, to run it, but like you say, that tree fell on it then, and yeah, we'll get to it this fall, and next thing you know, 15, 20 years go by, and here it is today.
Here, put the bar on it.
Got a socket.
These are some meaty head studs here, or bolts.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Whoa,
Wow.
Did you see that?
What?
The head popped up. What the hell?
Oh.
Why would it do that?
Cool. No, I think we can come. I got room on my side. Okay. Yep, come my way. Yep. Just a little bit. Set it right here. Okay. We made the right call.
Oh, look at
By
that.
taking the head off. You guys were right. Holy cow.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Alright, well that does it for this episode, guys. Sorry, but the Michigan's not going to run.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
It is right at the bottom.
Yeah, so you can see in the mirror, you can see the ports. Look at that. I mean, that's nice. Wow. We might be pulling the freaking sleeve. Alright, here's a better look from this side. So, I mean, look at the rust down there. There's rust on that one. Obviously rust on this one too. My dad's freaking out, rightfully so, because we're being filthy right now. So we're gonna try and get a vacuum and vacuum this out. But I'm not sure we're gonna Scotch-Brite or emery cloth our way out of that one. What do you think? These two are fine. These two could survive. That one, I'm just not convinced. Yeah, and these two, you know, these two pistons move, right? Clearly. These two probably would free up, but it's that last one. And then you get in the whole thing of like, why is there so much slop? I mean, did we already beat on it too much? Jim wants to see what this looks like.
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, look at that.
This thing was clearly
Full of water.
filled to the top with water. That is amazing. I don't know, this is kind of interesting. Did not expect to see that. I guess maybe you always kind of think, but I didn't expect to see it that bad. I thought we would get it freed up. We fully intended just to come up here and free it up, get it running, drive it out. The thing is, we don't really have like a burning use for this thing. Where when it comes to the Model 40, when it comes to the Case 450, you know, or some of the other stuff sitting around here, it's not a big project, number one, and number two, they're small. We can kind of use them and have fun with them. But this thing, I don't know, there's a lot of other stuff wrong with it too that we'd have to get into. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll talk to my dad, you know, we'll get some other opinions on it. I don't know if we'll end up pulling the piston and just that sleeve and replacing that. I don't know how big of a job that is. I don't know if we'll end up pulling the whole engine. We might be able to just try and sand it, but it's pretty rough in there. And one thing that kind of worries me, I think I'd want to take the oil pan off because it seems like we've got quite a bit of slop in there. So were we reefing on something too hard? You know, is that wrist pin? What's going on in there? Why is that so sloppy? Why can we move the other two pistons out but the one's locked up? So stay tuned. I mean, this definitely won't be the last that you see of this. I think we got to get it running now. It's just a matter of what course of action we want to take, what we want to do with it, what we want to do with the Michigan in the end. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, make sure you subscribe if you're into this project. Did not expect to embark on a massive project once again, but here we are. We'll see how it goes. We'll talk to you next time.
I'm about to get splashed. I think I'm in the splash zone. Yep, here we are. No! Oh, the middle one.
Really?
That was our problem child. Look at that. It's coming out black.